Hey y'all, we kind of late getting started here, but hey, we ready to go. Oh man, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on.
Ooh, lot.
Man. I'm at a point now where this stuff is absolutely getting to be ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous, people. I just, whew, it's ridiculous what's going on. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Now, in the history of this daggone country and stuff, you would think that some of the population out there is smart enough to figure out that they're being lied to. But I guess they aren't. Because this man is just arbitrarily just come out and tell a lie. And
Yep.
so the rest of his folks who are around him, they just say, well, shit, Trump can lie. I guess I can lie too. And they just keep on telling lies with impunity. They don't even care. They don't even care if it's right. Don't even sound right, and they'll tell a lie. I can't believe this stuff is going on. I really don't. I really don't. They done passed this big, beautiful bill. They already know they done took almost $1 trillion from Medicaid. The hospitals and stuff in the rural areas already starting to shut down. But they got the nerve enough to sit there and blame the Democrats because they are trying to get them to keep the money and stuff there, so they're not going to pass this budget that they got. They're sitting there trying to save some of these fools out there, and for some reason or another, these people are telling these lies. And I know damn well, tell you, some of them folks out there believe what these people are saying. They so dumb that they believe this. I'm sorry for I don't mean to call everybody dumb, but it seems like that's what's going on. And Fox News just keep on repeating the stuff. Yeah, they got after he did his speech at the UN, Fox immediately got on the air and said, "Yes, Trump knows what he's talking about. Uh, wind and solar is a hoax. Climate change is a hoax. We know it's all a hoax because Trump said it." And this black lady was sitting up there. She was the one saying the stuff on Fox. And she was just sprouting off exactly what he said and acting like everything was true. they got they got another black guy to be on the morning show. He sits there with his blue suit on and sprout off the same crap. and they said it just like it's the absolute God given truth. And I can't believe that they believe this crap. They just saying it
Well,
just to get
here
paid.
when a Negro making, they probably paying him 500,000, 600,000, maybe a little bit more than that, and he making more money than he ever did in his life because he's the same guy that probably was sitting down there when that guy told him, say, "Hey, we need to just put a needle in them in their life." Talking about the homeless,
Hmm.
it's crazy, man.
It's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. These people, I know they got to know that there's some of this stuff this man's saying it's not true. But I guess just to make some money, that they'll do it if they figure that if I don't do it, somebody else will. And
Well,
lying is
today
yeah.
they had Black Caucus on. Jory was one of the hosts, and his name is Jordan. I can't think of his first name, but he used to be a big time journalist back in the 90s, and they had some excellent speakers there, excellent speakers, and they had a girl from LA, the 80-year-old Congress lady, and a few other people. Mark from Urban League, But here's the thing: they all put down they all articulate. They know their subject matter. They know exactly what to say and how to say it. Beautiful. All of them beautiful presentations. And then the second group came in there, and they were all immigrants, black immigrants, Caribbeans, Africa. Joe Reed's from Africa, and they was talking about this subject is about unity. And they talked about we all got to come together. If we don't, we're done for. And they was talking, but they didn't go into the controversial of all the different ethnic groups that are black. But they did talk about reparations. They talked about unity and all that. But here's the rub, because they had the president of the Black Caucus, Congressional Black Caucus on there. She's from the Caribbeans. And what they were saying was absolutely right. We need to get out there and get on these what we were just saying yesterday, what I was just saying yesterday, on these podcasts. We need to get every congressperson that's out there should be on podcasts. They should be on. I'm telling you, they're listening to our program, Ed.
I know it.
Well, I mentioned that, and so if you're listening now and you want to get some insight from these two old men, here's my black agenda. Now, it's much more than what I'm going to say, but I'm just going to name a couple. And I have mentioned this a while back. Gated communities for black folks. And making sure that they're secure and with security, armed guards, have your small schools right there in that community, and it's gated. Only people can attend. You have to be approved. Gated communities. And within those communities, you have your center. And you would have your grocery store right in that gated community. Don't have to be a large grocery store. And, we're talking 50 million people. A lot of y'all rich folks live in these nice big houses, and that's fine. You're fine. You're doing okay. You that 25, 30%ers. You're doing well. You got your nice retirement. You got this, you got that, and everything is fine. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. But in the black community, the one thing they didn't bring up, see, we live in the inner cities. We already said that. DC, Detroit, Chicago, LA, all of that. We can't be talking, and the one thing that I like about this chairman, she said, we talking us. She didn't mention no brown people. She's talking about us. We are the ones got to look out for ourselves, because we will get left behind. And I say the agenda, as far as I'm concerned, should be black communities. I mean, we already, we're not a monolithic people, because we have different levels of what they call classism. Some of us are not as up to smarts, but there are a lot of smart people that might not be educated, but they self-educated. And a lot of these black folks, they know exactly what's going on. I don't care if they only got a high school degree or no high school degree or college degree. A lot of these people, our people, are aware of everything that's going on. We might not express it as intelligent as you do. But Mark Morrell said this. He said, the reason why we lost because the black people didn't get out and vote. He said when Barack Obama ran, the black people went out and voted 65%. And turn that around when the Vice VP Harris ran, she only got 61%. That 4% meant a lot in our community. The reason why Michigan lost, the reason why Wisconsin lost, the reason why Philadelphia, Pennsylvania lost is because they did not get out and vote. Now, that's the one thing that you have to do as a black American, whether you believe in the whole system or not. You have to vote. That's your first thing, priority as a citizen. You got to vote. And the second thing is we need to start getting together, some kind of way of coming together and make these neighborhoods communities, gated communities. These homes, I mean, a lot of these homes, the reason why they're not, why they only worth 300,000 or what have you, is because you have to fix these bad fellas up. Because the same houses on the other side of town, just like yours, the only thing is they got them fixed up. And that's where you come in my opinion, you would get all of these grants, these Congress people got to give these people these grants and what have you to fix these homes up. If you rent that home, then the person that owns that home, and they should be black, hopefully, get those homes fixed up and gate that community. Then that home will go up $150,000 to $200,000. Because right now, the people that's in those neighborhoods right now, if I go around and I start pricing the homes, oh, they only want $250,000. I go the same on the other side of town, that same house designed the same way, and it's worth 3 times that much. Gated communities, and within those communities, you put community centers in there where your kids can have after school care and run, and that'll stop those building those gangs up, because that's what, I was just looking that up, and they said in the United States there's almost 2 million gangs members in this country, probably more than that, 2 million. And why do you have gangs? Because they want to have something to do. They bad boys. Thinking they bad boys or whatever. Some of them broke, some of them poor, some of them, just want to be hanging out with each other and do stuff together. Well, that's what you can do in community centers. And then you can they can be under adult supervision. But it's going to take a couple of decades because it is infested in some of these communities. Because the police have been harassing them their whole life. I'm just saying, somewhere down the line, you can't just ignore a whole group of people where, you got 80% of the people that's doing okay, staying out of trouble, and just constantly, working every day, going to work, trying to get all their education, do all the things they can to move up. And then you got this 20% of the people that's living like cats and dogs. You can't leave these people behind. But it takes work. And how do you do that? I don't have no idea. The only thing I know is, when I was coming up, as a young man, and raising my kids, I volunteered and started organizing basketball leagues and stuff like that. I used to volunteer and take kids to basketball games and have basketball games and all of that stuff. That was just my little part that I did. Wasn't no big deal, but that's something I enjoy. Other people might like to do tutoring and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is we need to collectively not leave these people behind. But it takes a lot of forces that's got power and got money. I mean, Ed, I worked for 40 years in the corporate world. And one of the embarrassingest things in the world that you can do, you can go into work with your little suit and tie on and your little briefcase. And last night there was 3 black men got killed. Somebody got shot up, and it's all in the paper, all in the news. First thing they do is they look at you, especially if you're the only black person there. They look at you because it's all in the paper. And that's what they do. Anything we do, it's all of us, not just that one person. It's all of us. So, and now they labeling, seeing they got the picture in because what they're doing. Every time somebody shoots somebody that they supposed to like or who they favor, what do? They blame it collectively on the Democrats. They're doing the same playbook. They say, well, we done picked on the black folks long enough, long as they know black people doing it. But now it's all these people that's shooting these people are white kids. They playing us, bro. They playing us and these news people just following whatever they say. You just said it earlier. They just playing us. Whatever they say. You got that FBI person now. What kind of stupid ass FBI gonna sit there and put evidence and try to set up something talking about it? Got one word on there, anti-ICE. I don't get it. I get it, but I'm just saying that people just fall for the okie doke. They fall for the okie doke. The boy that shot Kirk, same thing. The left. They say, well, it worked for talking about black people. We do the same thing. Calling them Democrats socialists, calling them left, calling them Antifa people. We already know Antifa. And a lot of people don't even know what Antifa stand for. Telling you, bro, the mess is this is a really an ongoing thing. I was listening to a program today, and this might be off the topic, but the thing is, it's the same topic. But they was comparing Kurt's assassination to another guy who was assassinated just before the Nazis took over Germany, and they used this one guy as a martyr. He's a martyr to uplift their thing because they was talking about the other group. Well, this is the same thing they're using this guy, Kurt, and convincing these people that the left or the Democrats are the enemy. Like we don't love America. Like we don't love the people of America. Like we don't care. And they keep saying that we're the enemy. So whatever comes out of their mouth when it comes to whatever project they got going, people believe it. And that's what's happening now. They believe everything they say because they're scared. They think that the left or the so-called Democrats is out to kill all the people that's don't agree with them. Did you hear 46, 47 mention Jasmine Crockett right there in the Capitol in the White House?
Same old
Mentioned
story.
her
She's
name
a
flat
she's a
out.
D she's
People
a
like
D
Jasmine Crockett.
she's DEI and low intelligence, and he
That's
keeps
right. That's
mentioning
what he
that
said.
DEI and low intelligence.
That right
She's a
there is a
low
code, bro. That's a
she's
code.
a very low intelligent person, and you're right that is the code that they use for people who stand up. But I've always been told, Ted, that if nobody is talking about you, then you must not be doing very much. And that's what we've been talking about here for a while. That this woman is now the voice and stuff of the Democratic Party or whatever. And nobody else is out there doing what she is doing, standing up, speaking up, and not just doing it and stuff there in DC. You cannot stay there in DC and get your word out. And he doesn't say anything about Hakeem Jeffries that much, not at all. But he picked out that black woman.
He showed talk. He mentioned her, and then right after
He
that,
sure did. Say, that Crockett girl,
that
that
Crockett girl.
Crockett, that Crockett girl.
That right there is a code for his
That's
little
the
violent
code.
people.
That's a code. So evidently, if she is on his mind like that, she she living up there in his head rent free.
Rent free.
Living up there in his head rent free. And the rest of them ain't living up there in his head rent free. You
Well,
got to
I'm
get out there
praying.
and say something.
I'm praying that the angels of the Lord is encamped all around her in the name of Jesus. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because she's the only one. She has the intelligence. She has the smarts. She
Smart.
has
She's
the
going out there and talking with the people. She even got folks, like I tried to say yesterday, she got folks there and got a damn good chance of maybe winning a statewide election there in Texas. She is that popular and people like her. I hate to keep getting on my boy and stuff and everything, but I look at him, man, I get just sick. What in the world is he doing? I don't understand it.
he
And he
think
looks
talking to
weak.
these news people is the whole key. These news people, man.
And he looks weak.
Yeah, he looks weak.
He looks weak. Maybe he's sick. I don't know. I don't but he looks weak. You can't sit out there and be a strong leader and look weak. You can't. I have never. Nancy was 80 some years old and stuff and everything, and daggone that woman still looks strong. I don't care what the hell happened.
Big
She
time.
still looks strong. But I can't
Big
see
time.
nothing. And I don't think anybody can get it into his head. You're going to be a leader. You got to stand up and speak up, and you got to get out there and say what you got to say. You don't see you don't see Donald Trump sitting up there and stuff up there in the White House all the damn time just talking. He out there in the daggone street. He running around there doing stuff, seeing people all over the place. He ain't, if you're the minority leader, you're supposed to be out there.
Well, this is something I've always wondered. Do you have to be invited to the White House to go there if you're a congressperson? Like when he
Usually,
has all
usually,
these little,
usually less.
uh,
You have to be invited there because they asked to be invited there, and he told them, "No, I don't want you there." So until you are invited now if they got a steak dinner or something like that and everything, yes, you can probably show up. if you can be on the invite list. But
Because think about this: if you crash that party, so like today he had somebody from
Turkey,
some country.
the president of Turkey.
So now, if you go there and they have like a news, they talking to reporters and what have you, you would think that a minority leader should be able to be there. The two minority leaders should be there to answer questions too.
No, they're not going to let him come in to do that. No, he cannot get up in there and do that. They anybody who gets in there to where they're close and can be able to look at Donald Trump in the eye, Secret Service has already approved them to be there. Nobody else can be up in there.
Well,
No one.
here's the thing though, Ed. Here's what you got to do. You got to think out the box. If whatever his conversation is, and they taking questions and answers, they should have a TV right there in front of or away from the White House where the news people, right after he finished their little meeting, reporters come out and they got their little stories. They should be out there contradicting what he just said. When the news people soon come out and they say, okay, when they say, all right, everybody out, they should be ready to contradict everything he just said.
When
They got to
you
think out the box, bro.
yeah, when you see Jasmine out there, most of the time with her being as outspoken as she is and articulate as she is, once she started getting herself out there and people saw how she was, there were people who were inviting her on to their shows. I mean, she has
All
all
that's
kinds of
fine, Ed.
invites.
All that's fine. What I'm saying is, you understand what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying
Well,
is, he had all these leaders, like these leaders from other countries come there, although the leader's not going to come out there to them, but they can listen to those programs. As soon as they get through and they kick him out of the room, they can have a news conference right there and contradict every BS that he was talking about. Right there. They put his ass on C-SPAN, and then all these other stations. Some of these stations don't even carry his ass, but C-SPAN carries him every time. And C-SPAN can carry the leaders like um, Jeffries and Schumer, and they can get out there and they can talk and do a news conference just like he just did and contradict his ass.
I want to give you an example, Ted, of what that may or may not look like. I don't know if you remember, but back in the spring, early summer, they had a big rally and stuff out there on the steps of the Capitol building. And they were standing out there and they were doing this big rally and they were walking down there. And Chuck Schumer came out there. And you talking about somebody who was totally out of place. He was. He was totally out of place. I'm telling you, he looked like a deer in headlights out there. He tried to act like he was this and all that, but that was not him. So maybe it's the fact that some people just are meant to be out there doing stuff like that. I don't know because I mean, he looked horrible out there. People was Jasmine Crockett was there, and a bunch of other black congresswomen and stuff were out there, and they were just going at it. And Chuck Schumer was out there, and he started talking and trying to tell the people to stand up, and he looked like awful. He was totally out of place. So that gives you an example and stuff and everything of their
He just don't
ability.
get it. He ain't got it.
Yeah, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. And maybe that's what Hakeem, he does not have that. I
Don't
don't
have
know.
it.
Maybe I have to give him that. Maybe he doesn't have that knack of doing it. Even though he can stand up there in front of the news media and stuff and be the spokesperson and stuff there, he looks like he feels comfortable and stuff there doing that, taking questions and stuff from the people out there, and reporters out there.
Yeah, and they
So I
got
don't
their little
understand.
same
Yeah,
talking points.
Yeah, so I don't understand this stuff why he can't just get out there and just, hey, if, do something. That's all I can say. Do something. Don't let these people carry the narrative. And right now, they carry the narrative.
They carrying it, man. They carrying it big time too.
They
And if you
carrying
don't,
the narrative.
and if they don't watch it, boy, they're not gonna get the house back. And if they don't get the house back this time around, it's over for us.
Well, by then, this country gonna be so tore up. We gonna be here. We gonna look like a third world country here in just a little bit.
It's
but
over for us.
but you did notice that he said something today that I didn't think he was gonna say. But uh, I'm gonna have to see if what he said is true because a lot of times he'll say some shit and everything and he ain't gonna do it. He said something about the tariff money. So all this money we getting in,
Ooh, you heard that?
we gonna give it to the farmers. And I know that there were some farmers out there in them red states. So, oh yeah, they were clapping. Trump gonna give us some money. But Ted,
They got
better,
about two
they
two
better,
hundred and
they
fifty
better,
billion.
they better put it in. They better wait until it's in their pocket. My parents always told me, say, until it's in your pocket, don't try to spend
Thing is,
it.
last time he only gave them like about 20 billion. So that ain't, you know, if he set aside $30 billion to help these farmers, they're gonna be happy.
He ain't gonna get on farmers shit, Ted. He just
You don't think
talking.
so?
He ain't giving them shit. He know they ain't got no damn money
Well,
to get
he
them farmers.
probably heard about the farm aid
He
this
know they
past
ain't gonna.
weekend.
He know they ain't got no money to get them goddamn farmers. They ain't got no money to get them farmers. Because one of the things, Ted, he don't want them to have their land in damn way. He got his corporate folks out there. He's got they is sitting there chomping at their bit, waiting until these daggone farmers go belly up so they can steal their land.
Yeah, him, J.D. Vance, and Peter
All of them.
Thiel
They
already got an
buying up. They
organization
companies is
to buy
buying
that
up
shit.
these farmers. They buying up their land. And he know damn well he ain't gonna do that shit. But he said that as some red meat. He telling these farmers, yep, we gonna steal that money and ain't gonna give him shit. Because the last time he gave them money, he didn't stand up and say all that shit, I'm gonna give the farmers. But he told his people they already went out there and gave them their damn money. Before he even said anything, he gave them that money. Now he's
But
telling,
see,
yes,
Bill
we're
Gates
gonna take
gave
we're
several
gonna
million
take this
dollars to.
we're gonna take this tariff money and give it to the farmers. But then, if you notice, he quantified that. Well, we're going to do this and everything because we're just giving them a leg up so they can make it through. Because once these tariffs take a hold, then we're going to be all right. And he know damn well them tariffs ain't going to take a hold. And he ain't got no $17 trillion. He got no
Because somebody
17
said
trillion
that he
dollars.
got right around 9 trillion. But wait a minute, those right there were sort of kind of promise $9 trillion. He said 17, but somebody said, well, it's really down to about 9 trillion. People have promised that they was gonna do
Oh,
it,
well, right,
invest.
right. That's
Ain't none of
why.
that money came in yet.
Right. Well, that's why South Korea is getting ready to pack their shit up down here in Georgia, get ready to leave the fuck out this country. And Pope Kemp down here crying like all get out. He begging people to come back. Please, y'all come back.
It's just so much, man. I mean, if you go into detail and really take each one of those items, that we've been talking about, just item by item, you can go into real in depth into exactly, how screwed up everything it is. But the thing is, we see it, and a lot of other people see it, but it's almost like because we're powerless. The only thing we can do is talk about it. We can talk about it. We can see it. We understand it. But the bottom line is that when you don't have all the information and shit that is coming out, we don't know if it's true or not. We don't know. We don't even get a real decent information on what the Democrats is talking about and what they're doing. We know that they're trying to hold off on because they want to take all this money from Medicaid and Medicare. They fighting that, and they got it down to the numbers. But see, when you start showing pictures of this and that is closed, then people can feel it. Somebody showed a clinic in one of these nice little cities. Nice clinic, nice building. I ain't talking about these little flat. We're talking 7, 8 story, 3 buildings, clinic, not a hospital, a clinic. Closed down, everybody gone. Everybody gone. They had to shut it down. That's the kind of stuff you got to do. You got to start showing the devastation of what that big old beautiful bill did and what it's doing. Go to the schools right now, the ones that shut
yeah,
down. This school had to be shut down, and now these kids got to get on a bus and they got to drive 15, 20 miles to go to school now.
absolutely. But you can't for some reason or another, Ted. There's this this is not getting through to these people. You can't just tell people that this shit's getting ready to happen. You got to find a way to show it to them.
That's what I'm
People
saying. Get
believe
out there and take some
people
pictures, man. They
people
got workers out
believe
there. They can go out there and show all that stuff.
people believe their eyes more than them they believe your words after a while. Because
That's
you
right.
got one side telling them that you trying to do this and you trying to tell the people you doing this and all you doing is words are just clashing. But if you
And
got
then
some
you talk to the
visual,
people that was working there.
absolutely, you got some visual aid and stuff, then you're gonna have it. You go out to one of them daggone hospitals that you know is getting ready to get shut down and
And
walk
you
on
talk
out
to
there. And you
the
ain't got to
president.
be and you ain't even got to be invited to those places, Ted. Just get in your goddamn car, excuse my French people, and drive over there and sit down there and talk with the administration. You're going to have some folks coming out. You're going to have your local cameras going to start showing up. Everybody's going to be showing up.
Yeah,
Even the people in the community are going to be showing up.
yeah.
And if you have some, you can't be scared. You got to go on out there and say, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to show these folks and stuff and everything your plight. You getting ready to lose your hospital here. You've already the people in the place already told them we are losing our hospital. We got to close down. If that ain't
We're losing our schools because of the cuts in education.
if that ain't the thing that's going to tell people, because you're going to be out there and that stuff's going to go nationwide. I don't care. I don't care if it's a little small town. It's going to go nationwide because there's
This is
one
not
part of
rocket science. Ed. I'm sorry, it's
it. It
not
ain't.
rocket
It ain't.
science.
It's not. It's not rocket science. It is not rocket science, and he has the ability to do that. He doesn't have the ability to break into the White House, but he got the ability to go out there into that into whatever it is, the place they out there, into the red states, and sit down there and talk to those daggone people out there and ask them questions and stuff, and let them talk and open their mouth and say, "Hey, this shit is fucked up and it's wrong. We don't like it."
And here's the thing that people don't realize. A lot of people they say, "Oh, look at all those people that was at Arizona. Over 100,000 people was there." And the thing is, a lot of those people work for Trump. They work for those billionaires and billionaires, and
Yeah,
so therefore, they
and they did it just like he did in his campaign. They bust them there.
yeah,
He got them all together and busted them there.
busting them there. So and don't think that they're doing well. It's not that they're doing so well. It's just that they're getting paid to be there. All those organizations say, "Well, we got to give you, your travels there, and if you spend all night, and how much money do you need, and they give them what they got to have so that they can be there, make sure they have that crowd, because they had to make a big showing.
That be, have you got does Hakeem have a Twitter page or Facebook page, something out there?
Not that I know of.
He got to have some social media. He got to have some social media, something going out there, a website or something. He got to.
All I
Hopefully he
know is
do.
Jasmine Crockett is all on TikTok.
Yep.
She's
He
on
got to have
YouTube.
something. He got to have
I'm
something out
saying
there.
Jasmine Crockett is on
I'm going
TikTok.
to find.
She's
I'm
on
going to find
YouTube.
out. I'm going to find out where his thing is at, and I'm going to try to figure out. Try to put somebody in there going to say, "Get your ass out of DC. Start doing something." Get out there and walk the streets or something. Get out there in DC. You right there in DC. Walk out in the streets there in DC.
We, hey, folks, we just two old men trying to convince you for the last year and a half. We've been trying to convince you to get y'all ass out there.
Get your ass
Y'all
out
playing the
there so the
politics
people
game,
can
so
see
play the
you.
game.
Let them people see you, not them news people who writing what they want to write. Get out there and let the people see you. If you want to
And do
win back,
videos, cause see,
you want to
that's
win back the Congress. Get out there. Do a book tour. Shit. Yeah, I think I keep got a book. You do a book tour. Something. Final word, Ted. We just about to end here, brother. Go ahead. We got a few minutes. Go
well,
ahead.
we sort of kind of like, I like to go everywhere and touch on a little bit of everything, and I have. And it might seem like it's all jumbo mumbo, but the bottom line is that there are a lot of people like me. I believe that is frustrated with politics. I'm not a political person, but I do keep up on it. I spend 3, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours looking at politics, reading about politics. And I do the same thing when it comes to business. And the thing is that if we don't get to start playing this game the correct way and be more assertive and be offensive, we're gonna be left behind, bro. You gotta play offense, not defense. Offense. Play offense. Make them keep up with you. Don't be trying to come back. This resist thing. Okay, that's wonderful and fine. But how about making them be resistible? Get out there and start doing some stuff. You ain't got to be out there marching. What you do is get out there and talk to the people. Get the people riled up and get them informed. And then you got to have a vision. What's your vision? You got to talk about more than just Medicare and Medicaid and all of that. You got to have a vision. What you plan on doing for that community, those communities, their living conditions, jobs. Where's the vision?
He has an Instagram account. He has an Instagram account. Hakeem does. I'm looking at it now. An Instagram account.
When's the last time he was on it?
It don't say, but he ain't got but 82,000 followers.
Damn, 82,000.
That's it. 82K followers. He got
You
followers.
got grade school. You got grade
But
school people that got
but
more than that.
but he only got 48 people following him on Instagram.
That means he ain't putting no content out there.
He said he got 96 posts. It looks like he has a Twitter account too, but I haven't seen that yet. Is he what he doing in your Twitter account? Oh, he got
He you
80,
know, he
got 40,
he
48 people following him.
he's still lavishing, and you know, this is not. I'm not trying to dog him or put him down
I
because
am, I am,
he's a
I
very
am.
smart man. And you know, the thing is that in Congress, he's the highest ever black man have reached this, and he's trying not to mess it up.
You can't
But
mess
you know,
up,
I'm sorry, you got to mess it up. You got to tear it up to
mess it
mess
up,
it up
buddy. Ain't,
to
ain't
make
no
it
ain't
better.
nobody ever been a leader without messing something up. If you go back and look at, they need to go back and look at his history. If you ain't messed something up, you can't be a leader.
There you go.
You
You heard it
can't
from
mess
Ed.
something up. Yeah.
You
He
heard it
sat
from
out
Ed.
there. I watched Malcolm X. He sat out there and he talked much doo doo. He didn't care what he did. He even pissed off his Elijah Muhammad, his leader.
Yeah,
They killed him because he was out there talking too daggone much. But people were listening to him. White folks and black people were listening to him. He stirred up some stuff. You can't be a leader unless you stir up something.
yeah. You got to mess some stuff up, bro.
You got to mess it up. You got to get out there and mess it up. Take your lumps because everybody ain't gonna like what you're doing, but at
But
least
at
you
least
can
you're
have.
doing something. You're doing
At
something.
least you're doing something. And I would expect him to at least have 1 million followers. He only got 80. He ain't even got 100,000. And he a leader, majority leader. He got 82,000 followers on Instagram.
To him, that might be a lot. Like I said,
Hell,
you got grade
I
school
ain't
people.
even I ain't even going to Jasmine. Ted, Jasmine Crockett bring in more money than he do.
Jasmine Crocker is on there 3, 4 times. Sometimes she'd be on there a couple times a day, bro.
Yeah, she bring in more money than he is. Like she bringing in all kind of money. She give it to the Democratic Party all kind of money. She she was the top money getter in the last quarter. Hakeem, he wasn't even in the running.
Well, you know that's what made Pelosi so tough. She was
Absolutely,
bringing in a
he got
lot of
that
money.
money. She got that money. Got that money. And even though he's kissing up on them daggone JEWs out there over there in New York and stuff and everything, they ain't giving him nothing. APAC ain't giving him shit. But he's still holding their banner. Sorry, Hakeem, but I got to tell you like it is, my brother. Anyway, is that everything you got to say, Ted,
That's
for
it.
today? Huh?
That's it.
That's it. Well, all I'm saying, Hakeem, I'm man, brother, get it up to at least 100. Man, I know you got a staff out there. Your staff can man your Instagram page. Jasmine's page is being manned. She said her staff manages a lot of her social media, but she has one account. She says that she manages herself. Her staff don't have anything to do with it. It's her. She takes care of that all by herself. But her staff does take care of her other stuff coming out of her congressman congressional district or whatever. They take care of all that. She got her own shit, and she got a lot of folks out there listening to her. Stand up, Hakeem. hopefully, hopefully you'll get it. I don't know. And you folks out there who listen, y'all mess with him too. Get out there and tell Hakeem if you want to be a leader, you got to mess something up. Talk to you folks later. Bye bye.